So many of you, just kidding, like 4 of you, asked me to share how I make my kombucha. Today is kombucha day, so you're getting your kombucha video. I got out all my supplies, got out my slowly increasing bottle of, or collection of bottles, got out my sugar and the black tea, got my pot right there, and now we just got to get the kombucha out of the cupboard, and I'll show you how it's done. First things first, you boil 14 cups of water. I like to boil 8, steep my tea, and then add in 3 or 6 more cups of cold water so that it goes by faster. So there you go. Where's my lid? The water is boiling. Turn it off. Pick up the lid. Hold on, buddy. And then you need to put in 8 tea bags into this boiling water. Mama? Hold on, Ru. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let those steep for a little bit. And once those are steeped, I scoop them out. And then I put in the cold water. And we'll go from there. As you can see, it's pretty well steeped. So I'm going to take out these tea bags, throw them in the compost, add the sugar, blend that in, and then throw in the cold water. We're going to just drain out some of the tea out of this. Slowly. Make sure my camera's angled right. Get out the last few tea bags. My son is playing that his train tracks are getting attacked right now. That is the war that you're hearing in the background. So, got all of that out. You add 1 cup of sugar. Stir that together. Make sure the sugar is all evenly blended. Okay. Now the next step is we have to add the rest of the cool water. So I did 8 cups, and now I have to do, I forget, I have to focus on the camera. I have to do 8 cups. I just did 8 cups. And now I have to do a 6 to get it up to 14. There's probably an easier way to do it than what I do, but I have little marks in my pot, so I just kind of do it this way. Let's see. Alright, I need 2 more cups. So one of the things I like to do is I like to pre-steep some herbs. You can put them in the first fermentation or the second fermentation. I like to do the first because I like drinking my kombucha sooner. So last time I experimented with chamomile, peppermint, and fennel seed, and it is delicious. So this week I am going to experiment with some lavender and rose petal, Rufus. So I've got that pre-mixed.
Take rose petal.
No, you don't. And
I hate it so much.
So I'm going to boil this water, steep this, and go from there. All right, so now that the water is boiling, I'm just gonna, isn't that just so pretty looking? All right. You're gonna want to steep this for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then before you can add it to the kombucha, like you can add it to the overall tea blend, but before you add it to like the kombucha or the SCOBY, you have to let it all cool completely, otherwise you will kill your SCOBY. If it's not like perfectly cooled off all of the liquid, it won't work at all. So don't do that part. An important thing to remember is, in order to keep your mother alive, you have to replenish her liquid. Let me show you what I mean. So right here is this is your like starter liquid. So this has your mother in it. Can you see that? That's your SCOBY. And a little piece of the SCOBY will go into each jar, and that'll help it ferment. And then you get 2 cups of this, and 2 cups of this will also be added, and you have to replenish your starter liquid with just the black tea. So before you add your herbal blend, pour 2 cups of the black tea into here. Otherwise, this is gonna die and you won't be able to do your SCOBY or kombucha. So there you go, pro tip. Ugh, does not smell great. All right, so I took out the 2 cups that I need to add to my starter liquid when I drain that out to keep my SCOBY alive. So I just have 2 cups of plain black tea with the sugar. So from right out of here. Now I have, oh no! I don't know where my filter is. One second. I'm just going to strain out my lavender rose petal stuff. So I just got my gigantic filter. All right, that is done. Now all I have to do is just take this off the heat and just make sure it's cooled down. Just gotta, like I said, you gotta cool it down before you, oh, that smells good, before you put it in the jar. So that's gonna be like an hour. So I'll be back in like an hour to double check that and see where we're at and like go from there. It is time. Let's do it. All right. I had to relocate to this nook because there's groceries over there now. Got my jars. Got my stuff. Oh, you can't see that. Ugh. There we go. This is hard. This is, like I said, my liquid that I'm going to add back into this. Need skizzers. Jar, because that has all the stuff in it. So I am going to get this. I'm going to pour in 2 cups of starter liquid. So we're just going to go like this. All right, see that? Pour starter liquid into here. Get my mixer. Make sure it's all mixed up. Now I need my fork. I'm going to, okay, so this is probably the grossest part. I stopped gagging when I do this, but gagging has been a very real issue. You gotta get your little SCOBY mama, and you gotta put a piece of her into each of those. So I just get my scissors and just cut a chunk off. I feel really bad. Sorry, SCOBY mama. That's really important. I have to wash these. So I've got a little piece of SCOBY in both of my jars. See that? Okay. Now I can refill my SCOBY mama. It's not very much. I'll have to make more next week. Right. You always you put your little cloth over the top. Put your little cloth over that. And just put her away. Next week, I'm gonna have to double this so I can give SCOBY Mama some more drink to work with. Fine, I'll do this the hard way. Okay. SCOBY Mama, take me home to the place God's health thrives. In my body, I am healthy. SCOBY Mama, take me home. Okay, side by side. Now, this is the next scariest part. Pouring, because you never know what's gonna happen. All right. Dang it. Dang it. Spilled. I always spill. I make good kombucha. I'm not good at not spilling. Yeah, I think next week I'm gonna make a little more so that I have extra kombucha, because I like to give kombucha to my milkman as a gift, because he has been basically a lifesaver to my daughter. So I'll make some extra because he wants more. He really likes it. We give him like bone broth and kombucha, and I make him teas that he really likes. So it's a nice way. It's like, feels kind of old school, you know? We trade services. I put my little cloths over my little booches. And then I tie them. Because I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure you just need it to breathe, because you don't want to like suffocate the bacteria, right? It needs to breathe because it eats up the sugar, and does magic, and then fixes your gut problems. It's pretty much how that goes. And I like the magic of the world. Whoop. There you go. Okay. Do you like the music in the background? I listen to this like scenic relaxation music station on YouTube, and it is epic because they play the best music. All right, so there is my SCOBY Mama. There's the kombucha and the other kombucha. I will be checking in 6 to 10 days, make sure it's fermenting right, and I'll check in then and share the progress. All right, so today's the day. We're gonna check the kombucha. I've got a beautiful audience behind me. It's my babies.
I'm not a baby. I'm not baby.
There's a volcano in the way. All right, let's go check it. Not often, but sometimes they ferment at different speeds, so you have to check them. To make sure they're both doing good. All right, the moment of truth. Ooh, that SCOBY is trying to grow right out. This one might not taste very good. That SCOBY, kind of crazy. We'll see. Let's see. There's sandbox toys out there, guys. Why are there sandbox toys all the way back there?
I don't know. Oh, what her? Oh, which?
This is pretty good.
I can't see it. I can't see it.
I'll show it to you in just a minute, sweetie. Let me finish this, okay? We're gonna try the other. Oh, this one, the SCOBY, looks a lot better. The other one, the SCOBY, had like bubbled out. This one, the SCOBY, is a bit better looking. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. They said that one jar will ferment at a different rate because this one's not ready. This one is ready. That's so funny to me. Perfection. I'm going to let this one sit for another day or two. I'm going to bottle that one so you get to see both. Cheers. Oh, all right, so we're going to do our bottling. Just open this. Cowboy girls. I love some Irish folk tunes. I think they're the best. I just love that they're so romantic, they're so historical, and so passionate. I love it. Just do this. You see the little SCOBY in there? So if you'll recall, this flavor I made is lavender rose petal. The flavor is very, very subtle. Whoop, you stay in there, SCOBY friend. The flavor is very subtle and delicious, and I love it. So to the cowboy girl. Oh no! Piece of the SCOBY, look guys. The SCOBY tried to get in. As it's not technically no. There are people who eat this on purpose. You are now our compost cup. How full is this? Almost too full. Because it's almost too full. This little jar is my milkman brought it for me to fill him up a bottle of kombucha. I think it's really sweet. He loves our kombucha. And he deserves everything in all the world because he is one of the best people on this entire planet. So what Kim wants, Kim gets. Last week I gave him a bottle of kombucha, a jar of tea, and a gallon, one of these, of homemade broth because he's an angel. He has saved so many babies from allergies, and like my daughter had her health problems and all she can have is goat milk for milk, and he gives us 2 gallons of goat milk for free every single week for over a year. He's seriously the best person on the planet. I want to be like him. This is how I am being like him, sharing my knowledge and sharing my goods with the people as they come into my life. I make teas for people that need teas. Oh no! I make broth for people who need broth. I just try to really share my skills with the world. There you go. Like I said, this one needs to ferment for a day or so more. That SCOBY is underdeveloped and it's not fermented quite properly. But now we're at the beginning of the process again. And with that, I'll boil some more stuff tomorrow or whenever that finishes and make a whole new batch, a whole new flavor. Hope you enjoyed this video. Follow along for more content because I love to share stuff that helps moms through motherhood. Sorry. And I also love to share fun little recipes like this or like the Play-Doh recipe that I shared or just random things like that here on YouTube or on Instagram. The content differs slightly. So yeah, follow along, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate all of your support and I hope you have a really good day. Bye.